You're listening to the Chat City interviews on 103.2 Preston FM.
Chat City on this Monday morning, 14th of April. Now, this year's Penwortham Open Gardens event will take place on Sunday, June 22nd, and we'll see a range of gardens across the town open to the public. And to tell us more about this and about other things, because there's always lots of things happening around South Ribble, it's nice to welcome into the studio Rebecca Heap. Rebecca is Community Involvement Officer with South Ribble Council. So, Rebecca, a very good morning.
Good morning, Hughie.
Nice to see you in the studio this morning. And I was just having a look at the Facebook, and we'll give the details out, because at this time of year, I mean, I've been doing it, is thinking about gardening and buying plants, and with some trepidation at the moment. I have been putting plants out this weekend, thinking, what's going to happen over the Easter weekend? Will it be cold? Will it be frosty? So it's nice to have a look on the Facebook page here and see some beautiful flowers and colours from gardens around Penwortham. So, Rebecca, tell us a little about this. I think this is the third year, is it?
It is, yeah. We have a very committed group of people in Penwortham who, they're lovely ladies, and they've organised themselves to set up an open gardens group. And each year they look both within their committee, and they look for volunteers to open their gardens to the public. So these are private domestic gardens that you wouldn't normally be able to access, that people put a lot of time and effort into over the year, and for one day they open them, and you can pay to go in and see them, and all the funds raised go to local charities. So it's a fantastic event, and we get incredible feedback each time we do it.
Wow, and a good way of raising money, of course.
Absolutely.
So are you always on the lookout for more people who are going to be willing to open up their gardens to the members of the public?
Absolutely, we're on the lookout all the time. So if there are any listeners that do want to put forward their garden, it doesn't have to be huge. Some of them are sort of terraced houses with little back gardens, which are even sometimes more popular than the bigger gardens, because they're realistic and people can really kind of pick up some tips and be inspired by them. So I'd absolutely like people to get in contact with me if they've got a garden that they would be willing to open.
I mean, the other nice thing about that, because we, in a way, it's a little like driving. We all think we're the best gardeners in the world. I know I stand back and look and think, oh, that's nice. So it is a nice way, isn't it, of showing your garden off to other people in the area.
It is, and it's quite different from sort of going to a garden centre where it's just all sorts of plants for sale, because you can talk to people about their gardens, you can talk to fellow gardeners, you can look at the plants. They do sell cuttings of different plants that you can buy and take away, and there's different refreshments on offer. There'll be live music in some of the gardens, so it's a really nice afternoon out. It runs from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock, and entry is by purchasing a programme, which is £3 in advance or £4 on the day, and you can buy those from the community centre at Kingsfold Drive, where the town council are based, from the Cowshed ice cream shop on Liverpool Road, from the post office on Liverpool Road, or from the newsagents on Cop Lane. So any of those places you can buy a programme from, and that has the map and the list of gardens that you can go around, and each one is totally different. You know, there's lots to see and lots to be inspired by in each of the gardens.
And we're not talking about the gardens being judged in any kind of way, are we? It's not in a kind of competition, it's just purely gardens being opened for pleasure and to raise money for a charity.
It is, absolutely. There's no competitive element to it. In fact, one of the things that we have to do is arrange for all of the people who open their gardens to be able to do a tour of all the other gardens afterwards, because of course on the day they only get to see their own. No, it's very much about kind of showing some of the most beautiful parts of Penwortham that you never get to see, and raising money for charity. So last year was the biggest event ever, with over £4,000 raised for charity.
Wow, I was going to ask about that. Yeah. So that is some good going, isn't it? Absolutely. To raise that kind of money.
Absolutely.
And how many people roughly or approximately do you think last year opened their gardens to the public?
Open gardens last year we had 11 or 12, gosh. It was 11 or 12 gardens last year, but in terms of actual visitors, it was over 600.
Wow. So that really is nice to hear, isn't it? So it shows that this is a popular event, and with more gardens, then, of course, you could only see those numbers gaining in the size of people, the number of people actually visiting the gardens.
Absolutely, and we now see people following the Facebook page or going on the National Open Gardens website and looking up Penwortham, or going on Visit Lancashire and finding us on there. And I know in my office the week before, we get requests for directions from absolutely all over the place.
And give us the contact details then for the Facebook page, etc., for the gardens then, Rebecca.
The Facebook page is just www.facebook.com/Penwortham Open Gardens. And if anybody is interested in putting their garden forward and wants the contact details for the committee, they can contact me, Rebecca Heap, on 01772 625276, or by email at rheap, that's HEAP, rheap @southribble.gov.uk.
And I've just been looking at the Facebook page, and as I say, beautiful colours up there. And the nice thing is, as Rebecca says, it doesn't. It's not based on how big your garden is, because I know some of the photographs on the site are absolutely large, beautiful gardens, and then some quite nice cottagey type gardens. So there's the range of gardens to visit to make the day more interesting. And the times again?
The times are from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And just to sort of confirm the nominated charities this year, who they do receive every penny raised because everything is voluntary, are Tender Nursing Care, which provides palliative care to people in their own homes, the Coach House Restoration at Hurst Grange Park, and Fox Street Community Centre, which is actually a homeless project here in Preston.
And the challenge, I take it, is to beat the £4,000 from last year.
Absolutely.
And I don't know all the photographs I'm looking at, if they were all taken on that day, but actually the day last year, it looks as though it was quite a nice day, so fingers crossed for that one.
Absolutely, thank you.
And we've also just had Penwortham Live. That was a few weekends ago. And is the next one Longton Live?
We do. We have Longton Live scheduled for Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th of June. So taking the Penwortham Live model, which does work very well, on a slightly smaller footprint in Longton. We had 22 different venues in Penwortham. It's going to be about 11 or 12 in Longton. It's our first attempt out there in the Western Parishes, but very much the same, the community coming together, all kinds of venues opening up to host live music, and a really fantastic community event over that weekend.
And it is brilliant. I mean, Penwortham Live, we were broadcasting live on the Friday night.
Yes.
And the diverse range of artists and poetry, bell ringers, choirs, to get all these people together. I know everybody works tirelessly, including Nigel, who is the man you usually see running up and down the road in Penworth on the Friday and Saturday night. So this will be the first time then, will it, for Longton? It
will, yes. It's we started out in Leyland and we've moved into Penwortham, and Penwortham's really taken off in a slightly different way, really. Penwortham's kind of become bigger now than Leyland, and we have lots of daytime family activities as well as the nighttime music entertainment. So we're taking a little bit of that into Longton. So there will be some daytime activities and live music at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock in all different venues through Longton, with the same principle that you pick up a programme and you buy a wristband for £5 and you can wander around and take in the whole experience.
I mean, it's become such a, in a way, annual event that I think it would be sadly missed, not only by the people who come along, but also by the performers themselves.
Absolutely. The response that we get is just incredible, both the people that want to perform, the local community groups and businesses, and, you know, people that just all kind of want to get stuck in. The response is really fantastic.
And, of course, the other thing, is the money that it brings into the area.
Absolutely.
You know, people come in and they're spending the evening there, and it brings money into the economy of that area, which hopefully will be the same out at Longton.
Absolutely, and that's definitely our objective. The councillors at South Ribble with the funding that they have to spend, choose to support both Penwortham Live, and they've chosen to support Longton Live. So we cover the costs of the production of the wristbands and all of the marketing and promotion and the flyers and banners and things. So very much the money that's spent locally goes back into, the local community. So whoever you buy your wristband from, keeps that money. So it supports local groups. It gives local businesses a boost. It's a win-win, really.
That's right. And I take it that probably one of the biggest festivals of the year, of course, is the Leyland Festival.
It is. We're ramping up for that now.
So summer ahead, you see, full steam ahead.
Absolutely. We have to get some sleep in between Penwortham Live and the summer.
Yes.
It's Leyland Festival is Saturday, the 21st of June. On Worden Park at Leyland. That's a huge event, 12,000 people involved in that. It's
wow.
It's a monster.
And I didn't realise until coming to work at Preston FM how large a borough South Ribble is. I mean, I often just focus on Penwortham over the bridge and think that's it. But of course, it's really, really a large borough, isn't it?
It is, and it's very diverse from the western parishes, where it's, sort of villages and it's very sort of countrified, down to Leyland, which is the south of our area, which is very urban and, a town centre. So it's... then out to the east, we've kind of got Bamber Bridge, which is urban, but going right out to Samlesbury and British Aerospace, it's very rural again. It's really diverse.
And of course, some beautiful countryside.
Absolutely.
So
lovely people as well.
That's right. As you say, win-win. So the Leyland Festival is the 21st of June.
It is. Again, there's a Facebook page for that, which is www.facebook.com/Leyland Festival.
And do we know the date yet for Longton Live?
Longton Live is Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th of June.
And then just back to the Open Gardens event.
Yep, Sunday 22nd of June from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock.
And the Facebook page and the details again for that one then, Rebecca?
That's www.facebook.com Penwortham Open Gardens. And my number and email, if anybody wants to get in touch, that's Rebecca Heap, 01772 625276, or rheap, that's HEAP, rheap at southribble.gov.uk.
OK, Rebecca, can I thank you for coming in this morning?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to our podcasts. But don't forget, Chat City is live weekdays from 10 till noon on 103.2 Preston FM.